You see them drifting through the ocean, right? They look like these otherworldly ghosts, just beautiful, serene. But if you get a little too close, you're going to find out exactly why the jellyfish sting is one of nature's most perfect and most painful weapons.
It really is a fascinating question, isn't it? I mean, how can something that's mostly just water be that dangerous? Well, that's the paradox we're going to get into today.
So here's our game plan. We'll start with their kind of alien-like biology. Then we'll dive deep into the nitty-gritty of that microscopic harpoon. After that, we'll cover some super important first aid facts, see where they fit in the ocean's food web, and wrap up with a really surprising look at how their venom might actually become a future medicine.
All right, first things first, let's actually understand what we're looking at when we see a jellyfish. It's way, way simpler and honestly a lot stranger than you probably think. I mean, they are just incredibly simple. There's no brain, no bones, not even a heart. They're basically just a bell and some tentacles made of water and this jelly-like filler called mesoglea. And it's that beautiful, low-energy design that has made them this huge evolutionary success story for, get this, over 500 million years. But hey, simple does not mean small.
Let's take the lion's mane jellyfish, for example. We're talking a reach of over 100 feet from this thing that seems so fragile. It's just absolutely mind-boggling.
Okay, so how does this super simple body manage to pack such a complex punch? Well, let's get into the science of the sting itself. This is where all the magic and all the pain really happens.
So it all comes down to this one tiny specialized cell called a cnidocyte. Every tentacle is just loaded with thousands and thousands of them. And the best way to think about each one is like a microscopic, spring-loaded grenade, just sitting there waiting for a trigger. The whole firing sequence is just this brilliant piece of natural engineering, and it's completely mechanical. A light touch is all it takes to trip the trigger. Then, the cell's lid pops open, seawater floods in to build up this insane amount of pressure, and then, bam! A venom-filled harpoon fires out.
And when I say it's fast, I mean it is unbelievably fast. We're talking less than a millionth of a second. This isn't a muscle action or anything like that. It's a pure explosive release of stored pressure, which makes it one of the fastest biological processes known to science. Wow.
Okay, so now that we know how it works, what in the world do you do if you're the one who gets stung? This is an area where there are a lot of myths flying around, and having the right info is, well, it's pretty critical.
Okay, the whole goal here is to deactivate any of those stingers that haven't fired yet, so rinsing with vinegar or even just plain seawater helps a ton. Then you want to carefully pluck off any tentacles you can still see. But, and this is a big one, whatever you do, do not use fresh water. The change in the water's saltiness can actually cause more of those little harpoons to fire. And yes, that famous TV episode was totally wrong. Urinating on a sting is a really bad idea and it can actually make things worse.
And we really have to be serious for a moment. While most stings are just incredibly painful, some jellyfish are extremely dangerous. The venom of the Indo-Pacific box jelly, sometimes called the sea wasp, is so potent and so fast-acting that it can actually affect your heart muscles and be fatal. So, knowing what's in your local waters is absolutely crucial.
But jellyfish aren't just out there stinging things for no reason. They play this really surprising and vital role in the ocean's food web, a role that's actually becoming even more important as our oceans continue to change.
Their relationships with other animals are just fascinating. You might think nothing would want to eat them, but predators like leatherback turtles and huge ocean sunfish do. At the same time, little fish actually use them as a moving protective shield. And get this, some sea slugs will steal the jellyfish's stinging cells and use them for their own defense. They're a really important food source, and their population blooms can literally reshape entire ecosystems. But hold on, the story doesn't end there. In fact, this is where it takes this incredible, almost science fiction turn, as scientists are now looking at how to transform this natural weapon into a tool for medicine.
This is really where science fiction starts to become reality. Researchers are looking at that exact same microscopic injection system, that little harpoon, and they're asking, what if we could replace the venom with medicine? What if we could sort of hijack this natural, super efficient delivery system for our own benefit?
And the reason this is so promising really comes down to scale. One of these little nematocysts is so much smaller than even our tiniest medical needle. We're talking about the potential for targeted, basically painless drug delivery right at the cellular level. It's a completely revolutionary idea, and it's all inspired by the jellyfish. So just think about that for a second.
The very same mechanism that causes so much pain could one day be re-engineered to heal us. It's a pretty powerful thought, and it kind of makes you look at these alien drifters in a whole new light, doesn't it?